What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't really get to talk in detail about what I kind of liked about that Chicago Bulls and Miami Heat game, as I had to leave and go somewhere, but I am back now and we're going to be discussing the Chicago Bulls and a little bit more about what I like, the team chemistry, how things are moving for the Chicago Bulls in this video. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls and what do you like about their current way of playing. I'm not necessarily going to directly focus just on the Miami Heat game. A lot of it will come from there, but also the four-game winning streak, even some of the losses that we've had. What are your thoughts on the Chicago Bulls and how, I guess, they've been playing in these recent games? Now, first things first, one thing that I really like so deeply with the Chicago Bulls team is how we are able to get everybody involved in a game. Now, when you look at the Miami Heat game specifically and you look at the game and you just look at how everybody played, yeah, there were some great performances in there. Yeah, some guys didn't really step up to the plate as much as you would like. But can you name one person on the Chicago Bulls team today against the Miami Heat that didn't get involved in the game in one way, form, or fashion? That never got a touch of the basketball, that wasn't necessarily moving or felt like they were stuck in one place and struggling? I really feel like you can't list many people on the Chicago Bulls team against the Miami Heat, the four-game winning streak, even some of the games after that. Yeah, I feel like sometimes we can reverse in a way, but even when we revert back to hero ball and isolation, there are still many guys involved in the game for the vast majority of the game. And in some small doses, we go back to isolation or hero ball. Maybe some of the most important times of the game, we revert back to those ways. But for the most part, everybody's getting involved in a game. Coby White's performance, I think, speaks a lot to this, and Ayo Dosunmu's as well. A whole bunch of people's performances list to this. Let's go to the assist numbers for the Chicago Bulls. So Coby White had 28 points, I believe, 29 points, whatever the case may be. A lot of points. But he also had 11 assists. Phenomenal playmaking from Coby White. Ayo Dosunmu today, 24 points, season high for Ayo Dosunmu, but 5 assists for Ayo Dosunmu today. I think Vucin Demar had over 3 assists in today's game as well. Patrick Williams got involved in the playmaking. I think he had 3 assists today as well. Do you see where I'm going with this? The Bulls scored over 120 points in this game within 4 quarters. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's because everybody's getting involved. It feels like a team. It feels like a team that trusts each other. And that's the second point we'll get to, trust. But moving on to the assist, when we're talking about 3 guys, I think this was a couple of games ago, we won this game. I think maybe it was against Charlotte. There was 4 guys, I believe, that actually had 20 plus points. I think it was Coby, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic, and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. But whatever the case may be, a lot of guys got into 20-point range. And Torrey Craig, I believe, had 16 off the bench as well. If you guys remember the game exactly, let me know. But those were the stats of the game, and it was incredible to see. And how does that happen? How does guys get 20 plus points, multiple assists? It's because the ball is moving and everybody's involved, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Williams was the other guy, by the way. I do remember that now. So, assist, moving the ball, passing it to everybody, trusting in someone to make a shot. And I feel like that has gone a long way for the Chicago Bulls. But when you're talking about trust, it goes a lot deeper than that. Trust is something that the Chicago Bulls, I felt like, sorely lacked. At the beginning of the season, we kind of, again, you saw how preseason looked, and, you know, preseason, the games don't matter, the games don't count. I'm not to say the games don't matter, but the games don't count. The games matter in terms of getting fitness and trying to play a certain style. And the preseason, we looked good. I know we lost some games, but the way that we played looked good. The passing looked good. The player involvement looked good. Everybody looked good in preseason. You translate over to the regular season, the very first game, back to the same old way. And that's because when it mattered the most, the trust was not there with the Chicago Bulls team. It's easy to trust your players, rookies, veterans, when the games don't matter and when you're trying to get fitness and preparation for the regular season. But once the games truly matter, once the games mean something to the Chicago Bulls, the trust went out the window. And that's another thing. I feel like in this team, I personally, again, think Zach LaVine's a very talented player. And I think Zach LaVine could still work with the Chicago Bulls team. And I think even Alex Caruso being out was a big miss. But in every situation that we have seen without Zach LaVine in the lineup, and to an extent, even without Caruso in the lineup, because we did it against Miami, The Bulls started to trust each other and continue to trust each other. With Zach LaVine out of the lineup, this Bulls team still trusted and believed they could still win games. I think everybody said it. We as fans may have not trusted the Bulls organization and the Bulls players to win games. And again, when you see so many losses, you can't expect Bulls fans to just, yep, we're going to win every game now. You know what I mean? That's just very, very naive. You can't expect that to happen. But when it was all said and done for the Chicago Bulls, when Zach LaVine got out of the lineup and we started that 4-game winning streak and we proceeded to play some confident basketball, even in some of our losses, you can see that trust start to develop, that everybody knows where they're supposed to be. Everybody knows that they're going to be part of the team. Everybody knows and trusts in each other. People trust in Coby White, but Coby White trusts in Patrick Williams. Coby White trusts in Nikola Vucevic. Nikola Vucevic trusts that he's going to get the ball sometimes and he's going to play ready to go because of that. Because there's trust that everybody's going to get a touch, and there's a trust that everybody's going to feel needed in the team. And I think that is an important step to why we have been winning games. I'm not saying this team is more talented without Zach LaVine in it. I still believe Zach LaVine can make us a better team if we use him in the correct way. But I can't deny the trust that we have seen in the Chicago Bulls team. I can't deny the assist numbers we have seen in the Chicago Bulls team. And I think DeMar DeRozan is starting to learn a little bit more about this trust. DeMar DeRozan is often the guy that we talk about isolation and hero ball and how he stops and hinders the way that we play. But DeMar DeRozan, I think in the 3 out of the 4 last games that we've had, there was one game against the Bucks, he had 41 points and 11 assists. I think in his return game for the Chicago Bulls, he had, I guess, a game out from injury. He came back the next game. I think he had like 28 points and 10 assists. So it's clear that DeMar DeRozan is starting to trust a little bit more about how the Chicago Bulls team plays. And I think he's finding his spot in this Bulls team. And that comes with trust. DeMar trusting the young guys that he's been mentoring for 3 years now. DeMar DeRozan trusting in his ability to score. DeMar DeRozan trusting in the other guy stepping up sometimes. And it doesn't have to be all him. So again, I think trust goes a long way for the Chicago Bulls team. And of course, I think in some way, I know it's very easy to, you know, pick and choose, but I want to give credit to the coaching staff here for the Chicago Bulls, Billy Donovan and the staff behind him. Now, I'm not saying they should stay. I still believe they need to go. I still believe they could be better. I still believe that we could be a better team with better coaching, especially on the offensive end. That all remains true till this day. I think it's often ignored now because the Bulls are starting to win, but that's something to keep in mind. But one thing I like about Billy Donovan right now, and one thing I like about the Chicago Bulls right now, is that they're trusting young guys. Billy Donovan is putting his trust in Coby White. Billy Donovan is putting his trust in Ayo Dosunmu. When Alex Cruz was out of the game, Ayo Dosunmu has 24 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, a great game. But even when Ayo is having a bad game, guess how many minutes he's playing? Over 20. He's putting his trust in the young guys. I like when we get to see Dalen Terry and Julian Phillips play. I've said it in the past, I don't like them playing together because I think it gives the opposition more chance to rest on defense because they both are not amazing scorers at the NBA level yet. But I like that he's putting some trust in them to play a small part in a game and getting them prepared for what a big part in a game could look like in the future. The more that they like to step up, the more responsibility that they could get. I like the trust there. I like how the veterans trust the youngsters, and I like how the youngsters trust the veteran. That's what a team is. It's trust. Trusting that you have your back. Trusting that if you get bit off the dribble, someone's right there taking a charge. When someone, you know, I guess, forces a turnover, or someone gets a steal, so, you know, and the ball's loose, that you're diving for the ball, you're protecting each other, you're fighting for each other, you're working with each other. And the coaching staff is also a responsibility of that. So fair play. Again, it's a great game against Miami. I guess I'm still on a high after that incredible win. And I'm very, very happy with how we played, and I hope it can continue. But these are some of the night and day differences I've seen for the Chicago Bulls over the past, what is it now? 8 games. We had a 4-game winning streak. We lost 2 games, Milwaukee and Denver. And then we beat the Miami Heat. So I think 7 games that is. I could be wrong. It doesn't matter. What do you guys think? Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. Have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care and peace.